Hi everyone, it's Roman again and welcome to the second stream from creating our custom graph for Unity 2020 and also basically for my game dev life. By the way, you can check it out in the link in the description. As you can see on the thumbnail of the stream or this video if you're watching this later, I did quite a lot off camera. And I will show you this right now. Let's swap the scene for this one, and I will need to take OBS for my second monitor. And as you can see, I've added quite a lot. I believe we had start, event data, and condition, or even text. Basically, we had some notes earlier. As you can see, I've changed a little bit of the colors. I basically did that by adding tags over here. I also grouped them into this tooltip. I don't know how to else call it right here. And as you can see, we have start, event data, event text, condition, and choice. And I made this basic graph that we will be doing scripting today. This was the most complex one because others are not that complex, and here is a lot of custom editor. It took me some hours to finish it, and I will go over the code in a moment. We also have choices, we have conditions for these choices, and for now I only did character traits, so character lives is not available. And to be honest, for now, I will just delete it maybe. So let's go to the choice, no, condition node, and here we have condition type. For now, it will be only this one, and I will make it more readable for me at least, because I prefer to do this like that. And here we will delete this, delete this. Alright. So, let's wait for it to reload. And I will show you most critical things that were hard to do for me, and I needed to take some time to do them. First of all, because in the previous stream I did the loading of the traits over here, I believe, on body GUI, and that's really performance intensive because it is called every time you drag the graph, every time you do something on the graph, and that's definitely too much. So I added this this function here, and it's called on the script recompilation for the editor, and that's how you get the traits names list. I will also be optimizing this code for getting employees from event data. I plan to do some callbacks, so it will be updated everywhere only when you change something in the event data, because it's also called every time I move the graph. So as you can see, it's a bit laggy, and that's something that maybe today we will work on. I don't know, but let's go to the event text editor. Yeah, let's do that. So let me just close this and this, and for now we will only have this. So here we have the color, the width, and the create no menu attributes. Here are some values, and as you can see, to the input attribute you can add some values. This one is responsible for showing by default this panel where you can assign an asset. So for the conditions we don't have to do that. We can allow multiple conditions, and type constraint is basically a way to not add different nodes. So as you can see, I cannot add to the condition node any node that is not a condition. So conditions only for conditions. Also, when you click preference, you will get this preference tab, and here you can change the colors for the types of the nodes. So that's what I did also, and I also changed the way that the lines are drawn for the shader lab. That's really, of course, aesthetics, so it's not that important, but just want to show you that. So let's go quickly. Here we have, we of course have all the attributes that are stored in this node. But the whole magic is happening here. So first of all, let me go through this. This just basically renders the default inputs for this panel. I also need to change the highlight color, but I will leave that for later. In terms of changing color, it's good to back up the current Unity label style, although that's not necessary. If you change only one value, you can then just reset it. But if you don't know what the default value is, then you can just assign it like that. So I just changed the text color to black, so it will be more readable on the white background. Here is the small script that shows the image that is assigned here. So we can toggle it if you want to see this preview. For now it's made in the aspect ratio of 21:9. I don't know if that will be the final aspect ratio for the graphics for the events, but for now that's that, and it's rendered via GUI layout box. And then there is the fun part with the reorderable list. This is the Unity built-in class for the editor, and here it is created. It's very important to add this check if it's null. Because otherwise it will also be created every time you did that, and if I comment it, you will see that I will probably lose all the data from here, but that's not a lot of data, so I will just put them there in a moment. But as you can see, now you cannot edit, almost cannot edit this reorderable list. You cannot change the order, you cannot delete this. The only thing that you can do is really add a new node, because it's instantiated every time you draw the graph, so that's why you need to check for that. It took me a while to figure it out, so that's very important thing. And that's also, this whole code is for drawing this reorderable list, and here we are doing callbacks for this. Here is the draw list element void, but most of the code is just copied and pasted from the internet. So we can see it here, and depending on the type of the data that you can enter, because you can, as you can see here, you can just add plain text, you can add a name of character, or you can add the full name, so name and last name. And that's how it is done. And you can of course change the order, things like that. And it's stored as a list, because when you go here to the resources, here, excuse me, in the event tab you get the description, and that's just the representation of a list. And of course then we have custom editor for it with GUI pop-ups. That's those drop downs, and for the this value we get this through text area. Hi Sasek, hi. And we do that by the getting the value of the serialized property that is by this name, and it's of course the name is here. And this is only for scaling, and it's really hard-coded, where I just paste the hard value for the height of this panel, because it's not resizable. Of course you can, if you paste here a lot of text, it will of course be stored, but it will be just, you need to move through it with your arrows, so yeah. That's that, and that's really it. It took me a while, as I said, to figure it out. You can check this code by yourself here. So yeah, that's how it's done. For the reorderable list, there is a lot of documentation for Unity, so it wasn't that hard. The tricky part was this. but that was just my logic error, because as I said, it was created over and over again every time you draw the graph, and that's not what we want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what I want to show you, because honestly, for the choice node, I believe this editor is very similar. It's even, as I see, I didn't write any custom editor for it, so that's just the standard editor for those nodes. And here I believe I didn't change anything for those traits except for the loading of this list, because as I said, it's checked every time you recompile scripts. So yeah, that's that. The only node that I want to add today is a delay node, and then we will go to the manager script and we will try to make some use. So for today I just want to make basic UI and getting the event description, and maybe this image, of course, things like that, and then listing all of the choices available without maybe conditions. We shall see how it will go, because I don't tested it before. I have some example code from one YouTube video that I will be getting a look at to see how it is done. At least what is one way of doing it. But now let's create new script for the another node, and this is going to be a delay node. I don't yet know how I will store these values in terms of logic, because I believe I cannot store them as one type, so I will probably need to just make, but we'll think about it later. Right now, let's do this script. It is here, delay node. Okay. Let's add all necessary namespaces. X node, let's carry it from node. And for the node tint, I would like to make it red, and I can give you cool website with cool flat UI palettes. I don't know how to choose the right one, this one. And we will go for this, and we will see how it will look. Hope it will look good. Okay. Something is re-importing in Unity, so we need to wait a little bit. Okay, and let's add it. Yeah, I think it will be okay. We shall see, because maybe we will need to change the color. So for the input, we'll need really any node, previews node, and this will be an input. And this input will have this show backing value, never. Connection type, I think it can be multiple. I mean, I only need this tag, I believe, nothing more. And we will have public float delay value, maybe just value, and it will be in seconds. And we will have output delay node, or also any node, next node. Alright, that's pretty much it, I think, because all of the delay will be I don't know, I'm lacking the word right now. It will be done in the manager script. Let's get just this public override object, get value, and we will return this only. Okay. I don't know if I will need to change anything later, because I just want to get data from nodes before. So I think that should be enough for this, but we shall see. So now let's add new delay. Let's maybe also get this tag here to add it into our category nodes, and here we will add delay, right? And the plan is to add only delay after this choice, and then new event text window, and we will try to program that today. Event data, previous node. Okay, we don't get the next node. Why? That's a good question. Maybe because this is any node, so we don't really have to return anything here. And if the type's mismatched, then it is not shown here. Okay, so why this port is not showing this output of any node, next node? Am I forgetting something? No. Here we have... in to be public, okay. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, so we'll have this delay. I can write custom editor, but I will know that this is in seconds, right? So let's add 5 seconds delay. For now, we will go here from this one, and after that I would like to have a event text. We'll go here, and it will be shown no matter what. Window title, next window image. We can add other image, so let's say I will get this one, and why it was not safe. Location, this one, okay. And as for the description, we will just add text. It works. And we can also add the full name just to test it for the player. Okay, it works, full player name. Alright. And that will be all. So that's our first test event. Let's do this right like that. And that's pretty slick graph. Can maybe make this more, can make more space between them. Right, like so. Yeah. So we will see. I will probably add also the option to hide this reorderable list from this editor, because it is quite tall and it doesn't look good, and it's only really needed for editing it. So I will just add some maybe drop down or also a toggle, we shall see. I didn't, because I want to do something like here, but I don't know how to do that, so for now we will leave it just like that. As for the delay node, I don't really need a custom editor for it. So I guess that's all in terms of making the graph for now. Have everything done. So yeah. Then let's start making the editor, or not the editor, the manager for it. Right, so we only have instance over here. So first of all, we will just handle the UI. So let's add maybe new header for UI, and we'll add public. We need to use text mesh pro, text pampa, tmp, excuse me, text mesh pro GUI, event description. We'll need public game object event event panel, event description. Okay, we will need public render texture. What was the type of it? Because I cannot remember. I mostly use sprites, and we will need to have a texture here. I believe I have it right here. Let's change it to scene so I can see it. Here and here we will have it because there are those images that I added to the event. Location image, raw image. Okay, so that will be also a raw image. And what we need to do to make use of them? That's a good question. So let's see. Unity raw image. What is the namespace? We need to use Unity UI namespace. Unity. I cannot write Unity engine.ui. Right. Raw image. Event image. Okay. Then we will need to have public transform choices panel and public game object choice prefab. So that will be for the UI, and this will be shown in the inspector. So let's start with that because it will be quite easy to do for me because I've done it a lot. Let me just make some changes on my second monitor so I could use a second tab in my web browser. Alright, so we don't need that. We'll probably add a new window soon, so let's leave that here. Do we have this manager? No, we have only this. So let's add the... Do I need this script? How am I? Yes, I need the script because I'm finding it on the scene. So we will need that, but let's add interactive scripts manager. Move it up. Right, so we have only UI for now. Let's go to the game and let's add new window. So today we will have actually something that I know how to do. I think I will go with the size of this window just like for this other windows. So let's duplicate this one and let's remove most of its content, and we will do it all over again. So this is going to be right. How I want to do this? Do I want to do this like that? For sure we will not need the close button, and it is here, so we will delete it. The header can be now stretched like that. Let's add also 25 from the right. Okay, and that's going to be interactive events. Okay. Panel maybe. That's going to be a header. Then we can copy this. We will change it because I had there all of the masks and things like that. So I need to make a test texture. So should I need it? I don't think so. Okay, it can be like that. No, not a problem. Okay, it is stretched, but I don't want it to be stretched. I want it to be like that. And let's get the width. So width is like that. We will calculate this. There is another website that I use, aspect ratio calculator, and I cannot write. And you can here make basic calculations, so we'll need this height, and that might be too much because it will be a double. Yeah, so we need to make it probably something like 32 by 9. Then we will have 275, and that's much more applicable, I think. Yeah. Here we will get minus 115. it might be too big. I don't know. Because we will need to also have place for choices. And I need to go have a dinner. So we will need to make a quick break. So I will be back in a moment. There will be music playing and nothing more. So yeah, I will see you in a moment. Just I need to go and eat. It will be in Polish because I did not prepare that. So I hope it won't be a problem for you. But I will be back in a moment. So see you there. Alright, and we are back. Hey Bartek, hey. So let's change the scene. I will need to make OBS on my other screen and do this and do this. Sorry if I will get burp. I believe that is how it's called in English. But as I said, I just ate, so... And I also drank some Pepsi, so... it might be quite often. Okay. So, for now I will leave it this like it is. But I will need to make this window resizable. You know what? I think I will do it more 1:1 aspect ratio, the whole window. Because, let's see, on the full screen. It's too wide, I think. So maybe we will make it the same size. So let's copy this here. This is definitely not enough. Let's maybe add like 800. Yeah, I think that will be better. Yeah, for now it can be like that, maybe like that. Okay, well, let's make this smaller and just scale it like that and make it equal here and here. Maybe in this way. Okay, and here okay, I believe I can add here to round it to 5. I mean, maybe not. We can add even more, so 800. But I need to make it also go here. But not that much, so maybe let's do that and here that. Is it equal? More or less. But now it's too wide, so we will need to make this, not this. This. Okay. And check the aspect ratio. Let's make it round, like so. Okay. And how I want to do this, because it needs to be resizable. I think there won't be more than like 4 options available for an event. So I will plan this for that, and we shall see how it will work. Okay, for now let's change one thing. Add here some roundness on the top. Because I don't know, I want these choices to be... It will be hard to resize it. Well, we shall see. So for now, let's add new text. Align it with this image. Here we will put 60, or is 65. Size, let's make it like that. I mean, we can resize it here. Text. We also need to add a little bit of padding. Where it was done? I never... Oh, okay, here. Because I haven't used new editor for 2020 that much. Let's add maybe 5 pixels. Yeah, and from right also 5. And from the top we don't need any. Here we will get the event description. And here we will have event image. And here event image source. Okay, let's put some lorem ipsum here. Let's paste this paragraph. Oh, okay. That's plenty of space, I think, for text. Can even be bigger. For now, like that. So around maybe 250. A little bit lower. Minus 30 or minus 35. Yeah, that's plenty of space for an event. It's even too much, I think. So I would like to rescale it, depending... You know what? Let's make it even more resizable. So let's add here content size filter with vertical fit preferred size. We need to make it like that. Okay. This one will be constant. So for content we will need to add vertical layout group. We will add some padding here and from the top. Now force child expand no. Padding 10, spacing 10. Hey Morphe, so I pretty much did that, so I have all the basics nodes. Here is one for the text, most complicated one. I went through the code for it on the beginning of the stream. And here are some choices, here are the conditions for choices. Today I added this delay node, and now I'm trying to make first logic for it. So I will try to make this whole event work for now, but now I need to make the UI for it. Okay. So we'll also have to scale content, and now this will be the tricky part because I haven't ever resized this window, so it might be quite tricky to do because I have content here and we need to add content size filter and also make it preferred size. But right now, of course, we only scale this, so now we'll have to... We need to scale structure, we don't need to scale header, so maybe let's add for now layout element, ignore layout. And now vertical layout group. Content size filter, and here we will add prefer size. Okay. So everything is working except for the structure to be like that. So will it now scale properly? If I add another paragraph and I will do this like that, no, okay. So that's the problem. Why does this change? If I add layout element, ignore layout and do something like that, will it now work? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, nice. So let's add some padding here from the bottom also. And we don't have header here. Okay, because this ignores layout. If I make it to not ignore layout, it will be like that. But if I do this manually, then it should be fine. Okay. So now the list of choices, I believe. So we will make new empty game object for now. We will make the size like that. And here we will add new. Do I have any prefab that is similar to this? Yes, I have. So I will use it. Not here, but here. I will use the game slot. Of course, it's far too big. Let's unpack it maybe completely. Right. It's far too big. So it won't scale properly, of course, because my Y is definitely not good in. Okay, I will make it once more. This music is really loud, and I don't know. It's only loud on my headphones, so I will just put it for me a bit down. So here we will have event choices. And here we will have, for now I think, a basic image, basic procedural image. It will make around 20, 30, 35 maybe. Okay, for now 35. We'll make it round here. Okay, and we will make it black for now. Or actually, I think I can copy header. I don't know why I have this event trigger there, and why the game is unhooked. Here we have a color and we have a header color. So I need to copy this, right, and paste it here. Okay. Might be too dark, but we will see. Because this header also has an image, but that was only for the purpose of unknown purpose to me, really. Because that doesn't change anything. It was something to do with raycasting targets, but I don't know why I did it. Okay, then we'll leave it as it is. Okay, so this will need to be also controlled here. We will have vertical layout group. We will control the width of the children. And we will just add spacing. We don't really need any additional padding. And we will make content size filter for vertical size. Okay. Maybe we will add a little bit of additional padding, and I think it needs to be a bit wider. So let's add 45. Okay, that's more good. Let's add maybe a little bit of padding here. Not that much. Okay, for now. So we will have here event choice. And we will add here just a basic text. And that will be around this size. It will be like that. And we'll add a little bit of padding from the left. More. From right also. I will make it ellipse, I believe. This will add... No, this won't add. Can I make it only one line? Masking, truncate. I want to... one line, maybe? I want to make it one line, and I don't remember how to do that. Wrapping disable. Oh, okay. Wrapping disable, and here we will add ellipses. Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to do. I will add tooltips with full text if it will be too long to display here. So for now, we'll add just choice text. And I will leave this for now, because I will need to add here also later. What is this? That's interesting. There was some error from the X node, but I hope it's nothing important. Maybe this padding is too much. Let's change it to 10. And maybe some more spacing here. Okay. Or maybe not here. Let's leave it at 10. We can change the spacing here and add a little bit of padding here and here over the text. Alright. And if I add more choices, then we will have this panel be bigger and with definitely less spacing. Okay. The spacing here is too much. So let's make it 5. And maybe here we don't need this extra padding. But you know what? I will do this the right way, so I will have this prepared, because later it will be harder to make. But how I want to do this? This is going to be hard, because I want to add icons for the choices that are unlocked by different traits. Choice text. So we will need to add it here. I have trait prefab somewhere here. Employee trait. Okay. The size is good, so it's almost good. I can scale it. Should I scale it? I probably shouldn't. But I don't want to make this bigger. So I will probably do... Yeah, I use this in other parts of UI? Wow. Okay. Okay, I will see how it will look if I make this bigger. Like 50. And this will be aligned here. I mean, it's not bad. Definitely those traits won't have those informations. Will be only a trait panel. But I would like it to be smaller. So the best way will be to use scale. Now it's much better. Let's get back to 45. This one should be aligned here. Here 0. Here 20. 5. Yeah, but this will be... Now I need to think whether those traits... Whether you will have to have 2 or more traits to unlock a choice. I think no, every choice should be unlocked by one specific trait, or maybe by two traits, but you don't have to have two of them. You can have only one. So I will leave it static like it is here. Although now I cannot do that. I mean, because rescaling of this will be hard. I can make it hard-coded, or I can make it, in theory, with horizontal layout group. But I don't really know how to do this like that. Let me do this. Right, and then we'll have something like that. But if I get back, add layout element to it, and I will ignore this layout, and I will make it once again like that, and I will change it like that. Why this not working? Because this is not influenced by it. But if it's not influenced, then I cannot assign it, so no, that's wrong. So I will not do this. Alright, and now it's like that. I can make it like that, middle left. Oh, it's actually not that bad. It is not resizable, so if it will be enabled, it will be outside of the window, but otherwise it can be made. So I think I will leave it like that. So enable this. Let's make this a bit less long. Or you know what? Let's change the approach. Let's leave this trait. We will have even choice. Choice text. Okay, and then we will add empty game object that will be of the size of the parent object. 45, I believe, is the height, and the width. We don't need that. Remove this. Okay. Do this. And this game object will hold copy of this. Choice text with trait. And here we will add also the trait prefab. Here. And we will scale it to 0.75, 0.75. Add it here with 25 here, or maybe less, 20, or maybe more, 22.5. And here we will change the size of this. For now, disable this. Like that, and here it is okay. Yeah, and I will just manually with script change what is displayed. So choice with trait. Okay, let's change the order here. Okay, right. And by default we will have this enabled, and this choice will be added here as a prefab. Okay, so that's that. Now let's assign those objects here. So we will have event choices panel. Here we will have event choice as a prefab. This raw image will be from here. will be the source, description will be this, and the header will be this. So let's assign it. Okay, so we have whole Y for now done, and I believe I will just leave it like this. I think. Okay. So that is that. Ah, wait. I'm missing the panel. Or I assigned something wrong. Event panel. Okay, so I did it wrong. This is event panel. Or... we will not... Or maybe we will do this like that. Because here I have all the windows that are controlled via script. Via Windows Manager, but should I use it? Because I think if I will use it, I will be able to disable it. And I don't want this window to be closable. Yeah, on window close. Although, I mean, I can just add simple if to not do this. So maybe let's do this with Windows Manager, because it might be better that way. So for now we will change event panel for this, and we will add this header, and it will not be called panel, it will be called header. Event, maybe title even. And we will add this. Maybe let's call that event title. Okay. Okay. And we will add this to the list of windows here. Will be element 13. So let's see. So let's add some basic void here. Open event panel 13. Okay, and here we will set a basic temp data, maybe even not temp data. I will need to save this, so player class player, we will add it here, so we'll have public static bool is event is showing event. By default it will be false, and here we will change it to true. And maybe let's do this like that. Here will be false. Okay. And then we'll need to call a void from here, so let's add that public void open event panel for now. Or maybe I will do this later, because first I need to think about the logic, what arguments I will need to pass and things like that. So maybe I won't have to open, I just need to make this enable, so this will be enough. We shall see. Okay, so now comes the fun part. Do I need to add anything more here? I believe no. Yes, I think I don't need to add anything more here, so let's close it. Okay, I will need to make this openable on a button, so let's add really quickly private or just void update, and we will get if input dot get key down key code. Let's take maybe control, left control, wait, if key down, left control, and input get key down key code T for test. We will open let's make public void open test event. For now it will be called like that, and we will call it here. Okay, open test event. Okay, first of all we will need, let's make header with data. We'll need public list of type, and this type will be interactive event graph. Avail maybe events list. Okay. And for now I will assign it manually. I will probably write some code to load it from the resources folder. But for now we will add it manually, and it will be only one here, so not too many. We can assign it from here, okay. We will probably need public interactive event graph current event, and this I will need to save it, so I don't know how to make it just yet. The save and load system of this will be also hard, so I need to think about it right now to write the script data-based, so that I will just recreate everything from the data that I have stored somewhere else. And that's going to be hard, because I don't think I will be able to serialize this class. Definitely no. I will just need to save the ID from the list. Okay. So let's start this, maybe for now even let's do open, or maybe even start event. And we will pass here interactive graph event. Okay. I probably cannot use the word event, or maybe I can. It will be event list 0. Yeah, I cannot use event. Event to event. I don't know how to call it. Event to start. So it's showing event public static int current active event ID equals -1 by default. Okay, so we will start event. So we will set current event to start, and we will set player current active event. Okay, I need to pass Or maybe here I will pass int event to start, or maybe event ID, and here we will pass 0. Maybe I will change it to a dictionary, or maybe I will do custom class with names, so I will have the event name and I will start it by name, because IDs will be hard to remember, but for now I will leave it like that. It won't be hard to change. So here we will set it to event list event ID, and here we will set the event ID. Okay, so we will start event. Maybe let's do, yeah, because I will add delays for events in the graph itself, so that's that. Okay, so start event. Now how I can make it. Now I need to think about how to pass the data here. So we'll have to find the start node, that's not a problem. And then we will have to take the event data. Let me remind myself how it is. How does that look? Okay, we don't have anything to set here, so I need to change that. So let's do this. In the node. Oh, aha. It is hide in the inspector. Should I hide it? Maybe no. Because I have custom inspector for the node, right? Or I don't have one. I don't have one. Yeah. So let's hide it in the inspector. I mean, it is saved here. It's just not visible. So that's not a problem. So the biggest thing for me is how I can pass the arguments of any type to the event. Like, because I want to be able to pass like first string, then float, then something like that. And I never done something like this, so Unity pass any type as parameter. That's, I think, not what I want to do. No. Pass any value as parameter. Because I can, of course, I can just, or maybe I'll just try to praise it. I never done that, and that's the problem. And it's hard for me to find because I don't know the right words for it. Unity, C#, or maybe C#. Sharp. Pass any type as parameter. Okay, I can pass. Okay, I think I know how I can do this. Int event ID, and here I will pass object as an array, event data. Okay, because from what I can see in the example, yeah, I can just do it like that. Okay. So as event data, I will just need to pass the ID for the employee, and that will be 0, because that's the player. But I cannot convert it to an object. Okay, so how can I do this? Because I need to make a params keyword. Okay. So we will start the first. I will change it later for names. Okay, so we'll start this event. We will have this. So now we will get current event dot get start node dot or no, I need to. I can get a port, and I think from port inputs I can get all of the inputs. I can iterate through them. I can change the name, because from port, what I get from port, I get node port. If I get port, from the port I can get connection, I can get node, from what I see on my other screen. So let's try that. Get port, and here we will get the event data port. I think I will need to make this method for getting the event data node to get data from it easier. But for now I will write it here, and then I will probably add this in the Xnode class. So I got this port. I can get nodes from this port, right? Okay, but I can get only one node. And what if I have multiple nodes? I don't know. I mean, here I will only have one data. So that's really not a problem, because now I can get this node as event data node, and I can assign it here event data node, event data. Okay, so I will set maybe current event data. So now I have access to everything here, so I can have this. Right, but if I changed it, do I change it in this file? No, I think I get the instance of this, so this will be not saved. Hope I do this in runtime. We will see. But yeah, we have this. So let's try to... okay, so if we have that, we will just do maybe 4. It will be easier because we'll get length. And then we will get current data dot. And what we have here, how I called it, I don't remember. And data. Even data known, we have even data. And we can have I dot. And now I need to pass the value. You know, maybe let's first check if it's different than null. It's different than null. Then we will just add, else we will debug.log error. And we'll add event data not found. Okay. Then we'll check if event data I get type equals types. Can I get... How can I check if something is of a type? Either check if variable, check if object, maybe check object type. Okay, so I can make it bool is bool. Is bool is int is float. And here I can, if I understand this right, I can assign this, and I can use even data I is bool. Okay. So is bool, is int, is float. Here I can do int, here I can do float. So if is bool, then current even data I dot bool value equals even data I. Okay, and I can just cast it to bool. Yeah. Then we will do if is int, and we will do everything the same, but for the int value, and here we'll cast it to int, and the same and the same thing or for float. Float value. I'm curious if this will work, really. Because I don't know. I don't know how I will save the event data. I will need to reassign them every time I load the game. Okay, so that won't be a problem. I will just repeat this with the data I will need, so that's not a problem. Okay, let's leave it like that. Okay. So we have the loading of data. So here I will pass the ID of the player, employee, so that's it will be here. Okay. For now, let's leave it like that. Okay. So when we will have this, we will just go to the next node, right? But before, I need to make it here. So I'm here, okay. We are in the start. We will need to get the next node, right? Of course, I should also check the conditions for the start. Let's also store the start node. As start node. Start node. And here start node.getPort. So we have the start node. You know what, actually? Or no, I should first load the data, because if I will need to check the condition here, I need to have the data. But I need to think about making this more more divided, so I need to get the condition. Okay, I will for now write everything in the single void, but I will need to divide it definitely later. Okay. So for now, let's just try to make the code for this event, at least to get to display all of this data from here over here in the UI. So I think that will be the best. But I should do this like... I called it everywhere next node, and I need to do this. Okay, so that won't be a problem really. Okay, so we can have next node. Okay, so let's... From the start node... start node dot get port next node And for now I will store it as event text node. Event text. As I said, for now I will just write this code to be able to start this event and load all of the data from here. And that's the goal for today. The rest I will do probably off screen to think about the logic behind, make it more modular, so no matter where I check the conditions, it will work. No matter where I start, where I load this, it will work. But we will see. Okay, here I need to cast it as event text node. Okay, get port dot node. So we have this event text. Let's do Windows Manager in the instance open event panel window. Okay. And I forgot to make this condition here. So end player dot is showing event. Jeżeli nie pokazuje. Sorry for the Polish, but I cannot help myself. Okay, so we'll open this panel. And I think I can just do this like that. So event title dot text were equal to event text dot window title. Description will be description. Event description dot text equals, and now I will need to make a method for it. So okay, a description will be for later. Let's now see if this will work. Event image dot source, I believe. No, what was the parameter? Texture equals event text dot event dot image. Okay. Okay, let's leave it like that, you know, for now. Let's see if this will even compile. It should. But will it work at all? I don't know, hard to say. Let's see. So let's disable this, let's disable this. Everything is assigned here. Okay, so let's play. And wait for it to boot up. Okay, we have the Christmas event right now. Let's load this save. It doesn't really matter which one. I will load. And now I will press Ctrl T. And there are some null references here. Okay, we didn't get the current event data. Okay. So we haven't found that. Because that's not an input. But it is input here, event data. And here I return this event node. Alright. But from what I can say, I have the start node, right? Maybe that name, whatever. Let's see. Maybe that's just not the best way to find the required nodes, and I will need to rethink it. I was hoping it will at least show up, but unfortunately no. Okay, so we have the start node, so that's okay. So I don't have this. I cannot find this. Okay, so let's look online maybe. Xnode. Get port. Okay, let's see here on wiki. Ports. Ports are added by input or output, right? Get output, get input port. Okay. Dot connection. Can I get input port or is it obsoleted? Get input port, yes. Let's get input port. And now let's see. Why the event has not loaded? Okay, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay, we still have no null reference. Okay. Should I get the connection here? Connection, that node. Maybe that's the problem. Because now I'm getting the input value, the input even data, and I need to get, oh, that's a big problem, because it should work. I should get Christmas event, so it is boogie. That's not okay. Okay, Control T. Yay! But it doesn't work later. Because here I also need to get connection. Action. Okay. Of course, it's definitely not done right. Because you can have multiple connections, right? But it is strange if this is not an array. This returns first, not null connection, okay. Okay. But the title has not been changed. Event text, window title. Let's debug it. Because it should be... I mean, wait, because the image loaded. So it is working. So maybe something is assigned wrong? No. Oh, we have script here. Okay. That was the problem. So I don't really need to log it. So let's see. Not this. Yay! It is working! Magnificent. Beautiful. Great. Okay. Of course, right now I don't have the description. And that's... I wanted to make extension for the list of this type, but the list of this type don't have access to every data, because we need to there get data from the event nodes. I mean, it can be done, because I just want to have a void here that will convert it to description. But it will be quite, although maybe not that quite hard on the computer, because I can just pass the event data node here. That won't be a problem. Okay, let's try to write it. All of this sits here at the end. And how does that work? Because I cannot remember exactly. So I just add public static list or string or list. String. Because that's the returned type. Right? Yes. String. Okay. This and string, and here we will call it event description. This list of type event description. Event descriptions. Here we will add also event data. Maybe data. Event data. Right. And now we will have to just get through all of them. Really. Event description. Here I'll need to add string result equals empty string, and we will return it at the end. Result. Okay. And here, what is this? Event description. Right. And I need to pass event data, so event data. Not this. Current event data dot event data. This. Okay. This event data. Why is it not working? Cannot convert list. This a list? So I need to pass the list. Okay. So I need to pass here also a list of event data. and I will need to store more data here. Okay. So anyway, let's switch every time on event description dot type, description type, in case it is event description type dot text. We will just result plus equal event description dot text value, and we'll break. By default will also break. And now in case of name, the result will be definitely not that simple. So let's break it like that. So here we will have to get let's see here. In the event text, what data I have here? I have description, I have employee ID. Okay, so I have employee ID. This employee ID is not in the event data. So this is the ID of the event data here, right? Because if I test, if I change it to test, for example, the condition, yes, I will get the ID of this. So also here I will get ID I need this, right? Wait, I must have something wrong here. No. Okay. Description for the test. Okay, so that's the string. Employee ID, it's 0, okay. And here we have name, no text value, employee ID, 0. So if I change this... Oh, okay. I just found a bug in my code because I cannot change this. Okay. Good to know. So let's see. I need custom editor for this. Text node editor. Here. But selected employee, it's this selected. Ah, it's here. Yeah. So I need to start it. It should be made just like that. Like here. So I will need to delete this. I will need to get this. Here I will get int value. Also here. Also here. I can paste it correctly, not copy it. And now it should be saved. And not text value, but employee ID. Right? Right. Okay, so it got correctly. Yes, okay. For now we can leave it at 1. Okay. And here we can just... So it will be really simple, I guess. It will be player dot employees dot find value where value ID equals event data. Here we will get what we will get, event description dot employee ID, dot int value dot name. We'll find ID, this ID, and we'll get the name. Okay. And very similarly, so I guess I can really make it into one line. And let's copy this and get the full name. And here we will get the full name. Hope it will work. Let's see. Here, okay, we got everything. Let's try. Let me check something, because do I have... Oh my gosh, that's a big bug. I will need to patch this version of the game soon, I think, because something is not working. Because the Christmas event is not enabled. And that's not okay. But right now we will do it with Control T. Oops. Control T. It works! We have mail, we have mail. Nice. It will be also good to just quickly call Windows Manager Instance rebuild UI, and we will rebuild the... Let's get from the title, so from title it will be 1, 2 jumps up. So this dot transform dot parent that game object. Oops. I'm still thinking about this Christmas event, because it is not working, and that's really not good. And now let me check something, because do we have 2 spaces here? Yes. So this adds another space, really? Or I just have it in the node with double spaces here. Yes, I have 2 spaces here, okay. So yeah, it is working very nicely. Of course, as I said, I will need to move half of this code to some different voids, because I need to, you know, update it every time I just I go to the next node, right? Checking the type, all of that. But for now, I think we will end for today. So yeah, it is starting to look really nicely. I can load data into the event. I can display values from the event. And it is working really, really nicely. So I think we've done enough for this stream. On the next one, I will probably have most of the code for this, for instantiating our choices, maybe even for conditions. We will see. I will keep you updated, of course. It should not be that hard, I think, from now on. I now know quite well the data flow and, you know, how to work with Xnode. So I think on the next stream we should get pretty nice result. On the next stream, I think we will be able to play through this whole event with some choices, and then we will start making some more advanced ones and fixing bugs. And of course we will add next nodes, because that's really the base nodes. We also need nodes that will be responsible for adding traits, removing traits, adding the mood modifiers and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that will be all for today. So thank you so much for being here with me. I hope this video, this stream helps anyone with using Xnode. Maybe someday I will make a nicely edited version of this. So I will just prepare some script for me to talk, and I will just write with help of code that was written earlier, and I will do this in form of a video that will be shorter and will be from point A to B to C to the end, on how to do similar system. Anyway, that's all for today, so thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you, I shall see you next time. Bye bye!